Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Listen and Learn English. We are so happy that you are here with us today. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are listening from. On this channel, we try to learn English in a friendly, relaxed, and natural way, just like real conversations in daily life.
Hi, Emma, and hello to all our amazing listeners and friends around the world. It's always great to spend some time together learning English and having fun at the same time. Emma, how are you today? Did anything interesting happen in your day?
Oh, Tom, my day was actually quite funny. This morning, I went outside to get some fresh air, and I saw a neighbor walking his dog. The dog suddenly sat down in the middle of the street and refused to move. The poor man was trying to pull the leash gently, and the dog looked at him like it was saying, "Nope, I'm not going anywhere today." I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe the dog just wanted to relax and enjoy the morning. Honestly, sometimes I feel the same way when my alarm clock rings early in the morning.
Exactly. Sometimes we all need a little extra rest. And speaking of relaxing and enjoying the day, today's topic is something many people love doing.
Yes, today we're going to talk about going to the park. Parks are wonderful places where people walk, relax, meet friends, exercise, and enjoy nature.
That's right. And while we talk about this topic, we will also learn useful English words, sentences, and expressions that people often use in everyday conversations.
Before we continue, dear friends, if you enjoy learning English with Emma and me, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment below. Your support really helps our channel grow, and it helps more people learn English with us.
Yes, and we always enjoy reading your comments. Sometimes your comments make us laugh, sometimes they give us great ideas for new topics, and sometimes they inspire us to create even better lessons.
So sit back, relax, maybe grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's start today's fun conversation.
All right, Tom, are you ready?
Of course. Let's begin our journey of learning English together.
So, Tom, let's start with a simple question. Why do people like going to the park so much?
That's a great question. I think many people go to the park because it's a peaceful place where they can relax and enjoy nature.
Yes, exactly. Parks are often full of trees, flowers, and open spaces, so people feel calm and refreshed when they spend time there.
I often hear people say, "I'm going to the park to get some fresh air."
That's a very common expression. Fresh air means clean outdoor air, and people often use that phrase when they want to relax after spending too much time inside.
Another sentence people use is, "Let's go to the park for a walk."
Yes, that's a very natural invitation. When you say for a walk, you mean walking slowly and enjoying the surroundings.
Emma, do you usually go to the park alone or with friends?
It depends. Sometimes I go alone because it helps me clear my mind and relax, but other times I go with friends and we talk while walking.
That sounds nice. Walking and talking at the same time is a great way to practice English, too.
Exactly. For example, you can say, "I like spending time in the park. The park is a great place to relax. I enjoy walking under the trees."
Those are simple sentences, but they sound very natural.
Yes, and that's important. When learning English, using simple and clear sentences is often better than trying to use very complicated ones.
So, dear listeners, here's a small question for you. Do you like going to the park?
And if you do, what do you usually do there? Do you walk, exercise, read a book, or just sit and enjoy the view?
Try to answer that question in English. Even one or two sentences is great practice.
That's right. Every small sentence helps you become more confident in speaking English. So, Tom, after deciding that we want to go to the park, the next step is usually making a small plan.
Yes, because people often invite friends or family to join them. For example, someone might say, "Do you want to go to the park this afternoon?"
That's a very natural and friendly invitation. Another polite way to say it is, "Would you like to go to the park with me?"
I like that sentence. It sounds polite and friendly at the same time.
Exactly. In English, people often use would you like to when inviting someone.
Emma, what if someone wants to set a specific time?
Then they might say something like, let's meet at the park at 5 o'clock.
Or how about meeting at the park after lunch?
Yes, how about is another useful phrase when suggesting an idea.
Sometimes people also plan activities before they go. For example, someone might say, let's bring some snacks for a picnic.
Good example. A picnic means eating food outside, usually in a park or a natural place.
So a full sentence could be, let's go to the park and have a picnic.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. Parks are great places for simple and relaxing activities.
Emma, I remember one time I planned to go to the park just for a short walk.
And what happened?
Well, I ended up staying there for 2 hours because the weather was perfect and the place was so peaceful.
That happens a lot. Sometimes you go for a short walk and end up enjoying the park much longer than you expected.
Yes, and that's another useful phrase. I ended up staying longer.
Exactly. Ended up means something happened in the end, even if it wasn't the original plan. So, dear listeners, here is your practice sentence. Do you want to go to the park this afternoon?
Or you can say, let's meet at the park later.
Simple invitations like these are very common in everyday English.
And the more you practice them, the more natural your Linkless will sound.
So, Tom, now that we have planned our trip and arrived at the park, what do people usually do there?
Oh, there are so many activities people can enjoy in the park. Some people like to walk or jog, while others sit on a bench and relax.
That's true. Parks are great places for many different activities. For example, people often say, I like jogging in the park in the morning.
Jogging means running slowly for exercise, right?
Exactly. Jogging is a light form of running, and many people do it to stay healthy.
I also see many families bringing their children to the park. Kids love playing there.
Yes, children usually play on the playground, ride bicycles, or run around on the grass.
And some people like to read books in the park.
That's a wonderful activity. Someone might say, I enjoy reading a book under a tree in the park.
That sounds very peaceful.
Another popular activity is having a picnic. People bring food like sandwiches, fruit, and drinks, and they sit on the grass to eat together.
I remember one time I went to the park with some friends and we brought snacks and a guitar.
Really? That sounds fun.
Yes, we sat near the lake, played music, and watched the sunset. It was a very relaxing evening.
That's a great example of enjoying simple moments in life.
So, dear listeners, here are some useful sentences you can practice. I like walking in the park. People are jogging and playing. We are having a picnic.
These sentences are simple, but they help you describe what people do in the park.
And describing daily activities is a great way to practice English.
Exactly. The more you talk about everyday life, the more natural your English will become. So, Tom, when people visit a park, they often like to describe what the park looks like and how it feels.
Yes, that's true. Parks usually have beautiful scenery, and people enjoy talking about it.
For example, someone might say, this park is very beautiful.
Or they might say, there are many tall trees and colorful flowers here.
Exactly. Describing nature is a great way to practice vocabulary.
Emma, what are some useful adjectives people can use when describing a park?
Good question. People often say the park is peaceful, green, quiet, or relaxing.
I like the word peaceful. It means calm and not noisy.
Yes, and another common sentence is, the park is a great place to relax.
Sometimes I also hear people say, I love the view from this park.
That's a very natural sentence. The word view means the things you can see around you, like trees, lakes, or mountains.
Speaking of views, some parks have lakes or small ponds.
That's right. Someone might say, there's a beautiful lake in the middle of the park.
And people often sit near the lake to watch ducks or birds.
Yes, watching ducks can be surprisingly entertaining.
I remember one time I was sitting near a pond and a duck suddenly tried to steal someone's sandwich.
Really? That must have been funny.
It was. Everyone nearby started laughing, and the duck looked very proud of itself.
Moments like that make the park feel lively and memorable.
So, dear listeners, here are some useful sentences you can practice. This park is very peaceful.
There are many trees and flowers. I like the beautiful view.
Describing places like parks helps you improve your English vocabulary and express your thoughts clearly. Tom, parks are also great places to meet people and have small conversations.
That's true. When people spend time in the park, they often greet each other or start friendly conversations.
Yes. For example, if you see someone walking their dog, you might say, "Your dog is very cute."
That's a very common compliment in parks.
Exactly. And the other person might reply, "Thank you. His name is Max."
That's how small conversations often begin.
Another example is when people talk about the weather. Someone might say, "Beautiful day today, isn't it?"
Yes, talking about the weather is very common in English-speaking countries.
And the other person might answer, "Yes, it's perfect weather for being outside."
Then, sometimes people also ask simple questions like, do you come here to this park often?
That's a great question for starting a friendly conversation.
And someone might reply, yes, I usually come here in the evening to relax.
These kinds of short and friendly conversations are called small talk.
Small talk is important because it helps people be polite and friendly.
Exactly. You don't need complicated English for small talk. Simple sentences work very well.
I remember one time I was sitting on a bench in the park and an older man sat next to me.
What happened?
He smiled and said, nice day for a walk.
That's a classic small talk sentence.
Yes, and we ended up talking about the park, the weather, and our favorite walking spots.
That's a perfect example of how simple conversations can turn into enjoyable moments.
So, dear listeners, here are some useful sentences you can practice. Beautiful day today. Your dog is very cute. Do you come here often?
These simple sentences can help you start friendly conversations in many places, including the park.
And practicing small talk is a great way to improve your confidence in English.
Tom, I think one of the best ways to practice English is by telling small stories from everyday life.
I completely agree. Simple stories help people practice vocabulary and natural conversation.
Let me share a short story about one of my visits to the park.
I'm listening.
One evening, I went to the park after a long day of work. The weather was warm and the sky was turning orange as the sun was setting.
That already sounds very peaceful.
Yes, it was beautiful. I was walking slowly near the lake when I noticed a group of children flying colorful kites.
That must have looked amazing.
It really did. The kites were dancing in the wind and everyone around was smiling and watching them.
That's one of the things I love about parks. You can see small, joyful moments everywhere.
Exactly. While I was watching the kites, a little boy accidentally dropped his kite string and the kite started flying away.
Oh no, what happened?
Luckily, a man nearby ran and caught the string before the kite flew too far.
That's great. The boy must have been very happy.
He was. He said, "Thank you so much," and everyone around laughed and smiled.
Moments like that make a simple walk in the park memorable.
Yes, and stories like this are great for practicing English because they help you describe events and emotions.
For example, you can say, yesterday I went to the park. I saw children playing. The sunset was beautiful.
These simple sentences help you tell a short story about your day.
And storytelling is a powerful way to improve your speaking skills.
Exactly. The more you talk about your daily experiences, the more natural your English will become. So, Tom, today we talked about something simple but very enjoyable, going to the park.
Yes, and we learned many useful English expressions that people use in real life.
Let's review a few of the sentences we practiced today.
For example, let's go to the park. I want to get some fresh air. Would you like to go for a walk?
We also learned how to describe a park with words like peaceful, beautiful, and relaxing.
And we talked about activities people do in the park, like walking, jogging, having a picnic, and talking with friends.
That's right. Simple activities can give us many opportunities to practice English.
Emma, What do you think is the most important thing for our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing is practice. Even small sentences can help you improve your English if you use them often.
That's great advice.
Dear listeners, here is a small practice question for you. Do you like going to the park?
And what do you usually do when you were there?
Try to write your answer in the comments using English.
And if you enjoyed learning with us today, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends.
Your support helps us create more lessons and conversations for English learners around the world.
Thank you for learning English with us today.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.